Well, Michael, we've done our job here at Walsall Wood, but unfortunately results elsewhere have confirmed our relegation. Just give us your summary of where your mind's at right now.
Being honest, I'm hurting. It's tough. Like I said, we've come here, done what we needed to do, and we're obviously hoping for a bit of help elsewhere. But look, yeah, we've gone down. It's very disappointing. But for me, I just want to give a shout out to every single player that's been here in the journey that I've had, because they've been fantastic. They've done everything I've asked, everything myself, Tom, Ryan have asked. They've not asked questions. They've just done it. And look, to give ourselves a chance to be in this position, yeah, we would have beat your hand off, and unfortunately, like I said, it's not gone our way today, but so yeah, it's difficult.
You've had a brilliant last third of the season, 7 points from the last 3 games. You've ended the season with back-to-back wins. Do you feel it's just that early part of the season that's killed us?
Yeah, of course it is. Look, let's be honest, it wasn't good enough, and you come into it, we come into this, and we've inherited a mess, really, trying to ship players out, bring players in while trying to play games, which is tough. But look, hindsight's a beautiful thing, and we just need to focus on what we've done towards the end of the season. Like I said, the boys have been fantastic. They've been in playoff form, and we couldn't ask for much more. And yeah, it hurts. It will hurt for a few days, but ultimately now it's just where we pick this club back up and moving forward.
Where do you think things have gone wrong over the course of the season that have led to us being in this position?
It's tough because I want to say my piece, but I also need to remember that humble professionalism of myself. But we just weren't good enough for large periods of the season. We weren't. Let's be honest. When you're on 4 points in January time, it's not good enough. And that's, you look back at that and you think at performances where rugby at home, where we're 1-0 up and we can see the goal and dropping points, and we've been in games and we've had a rocky 5-10 minutes and we've lost games. It's all a learning curve. Look, them young lads in there have learned their trade this year and having to learn it in the hardest of circumstances, to be fair to them. And like I said, I'm so proud of each and every one of them, because they will learn a lot. And we said at the end there, I got them all in at the end, and I said, do you know what, you've made brothers for life out of this lot of squad. And I can say that they've been so tight. We've been tight as a group, and yeah, it's disappointing. It is disappointing, because we're all winners at the end of the day. We all want to do the best we can, and fortunately today it just was another day.
The players will understandably be hurting in that dressing room. They looked distraught at the full-time whistle. I think they knew in reality what the results were elsewhere. And of course for yourself as a manager, you know, first time being a manager, of course this will be hurting you as well. Do you feel this is really going to light the fire to try and bounce back as soon as you can?
Of course it is. I think we have to take this hurt and don't want to experience it again, and we can learn from it. For me, it's been fantastic last 5 months to get this opportunity and to be in this position. And yeah, I've learned a lot and I've enjoyed every step of the way. There's been ups, there's been downs, there's been performances that have hurt me and I've not slept. Gresley being one of them away, at home I mean. And then there's been performances at Harborough and places like that where we've gone and no one's expected us to do anything. And this club, this young lads, this young group that was written off in January have done that, and they've given us and the fans something to sing about right up to the end whistle today. And look, the boys, we could feel it from the atmosphere. Obviously it went a bit quiet towards the end when Rugby got their goals, but look, the fans were fantastic all the way through. They've really dragged us through some tough times, and they've dragged us through tough times, and we've done the same for them. Look, so for now we have to just draw a line under it. It will hurt, but we need to now look forward to hopefully bouncing back next season.
The pain is, of course, the overriding feeling, but you have won a game of football today. You've come away from home, Walsall Wood, a very tricky place to come. You've come here, controlled the game, and deservedly come away with a 2-0 win, and your lads have fought right until the bitter end.
Yeah, look, this is what we had. We had that squad togetherness, and it's the main thing that you need in football. You need that group of players that will give everything, and they've done that, and they showed that today. And we rode our times of, like, yeah, Teg's made some brilliant saves, but we were pushing for goals towards the end. this group is evolved, is learned from day one, and the main thing for me now is trying to keep as many of this group in the building as I can. And yeah, look, I wish I could say I can have a few days off, but from tomorrow my hard work starts. I've got to keep this core group because there's a group in there that can go and do something next year. And like I said, part of me's hurting tonight, but I'm looking forward to that next year.
You've got one more game to go in the Hillier Cup final against Kettering Town. How do you look ahead to that one? Because with regards to your squad, you've got some cup-type players. Cairo's come off with that injury today. Miguel Naguar's obviously still struggling. How is your squad looking at the moment ahead of that one?
It wasn't the great before the game, so look, it's tough. We've got some injuries, obviously, that we've got to assess, but it's a massive opportunity for the boys that can play now to go and finish this season on a high, and I'm sure the players that can't play will be there backing their brothers. So yeah, look, we're going to have to just do what we've done all season, Joe, and pick the boys up, dust them off, put our arms around them, make them feel love again, and we're going to go into that game on Tuesday night. No fear, the pressure's not on us to go and win the game, pressure is on Kettering, so they're going to have to come out and try and beat us, and we'll set up what we can. But look, it's hopefully might be a bit of silver lining at the end of the year, maybe, if we can come away and win that.
It's obviously a very raw feeling right now. We've taken a bit of time to decompress before we've done this interview, but looking ahead to next year, are you going to sit down with the club and discuss the future? Are you still keen on keeping your role moving into next season?
100%. I'll be honest, this club this year has got me through some tough times, and I owe the club that a whole deal of gratitude for that, because it took me back to where I loved being, and that was football. And as far as the club want me to stay, I will be here next season. I don't want to end like this, end my management career like this. I want to, if I get the opportunity, obviously come back and take this club back up where hopefully it belongs. So that's a conversation now I'm guessing will come probably in the next few days, maybe after Tuesday, but I'll be here as long as the club needs me to be.
Has it been difficult to prepare with next year in mind because you don't know which division you're going to be in?
Yeah, of course it has. If you stayed up today and we're sitting here and we're going with step forward, it might be a bit more attractive, but ultimately that's not, and now we need to focus on that. And yeah, it's tough. Like I said, for me now, it's keeping the majority of this core group together, and I know I will lose players. That's just the nature of the beast at this level, and that's football in general. But if I can keep as many players that I want to keep, or the club wants to keep, should I say, then look, give yourself half a chance.
You mentioned the attraction of the club there. Could you use it potentially in your favour? Obviously, we have been relegated to Step 5, but you're obviously going to want to be competing at the top end of that league.
100%. And the club's, no doubt that the club will want to do that, and it's going to be a good year next year. We're obviously moving into a new stadium, so there'll be a buzz around that as well. We've got a brilliant fan base that will be there in its droves again. This club is let's be fair, its history is massive, and it's still a club that its name rings bells around the league. So look, it's an attractive club. Given half the chance, we'll attract some good players in, and let's just see what happens. Look, it's the exciting bit now. We start afresh, and we can get people in the door that we want in the door, and we can have a pre-season where we can actually work on stuff instead of trying to do it while trying to pick up results. It's a little bit less pressure, should we say, than when I first took over, but like I said, given half a chance, I'm so excited for it, because this club can do special things. And
just one last mention for the fans, because we often talk about how special they are, and they've turned out in their numbers today. A lot have travelled by car, some by train, some on the supporters coach. They've come here to help Walsall Wood smash their highest crowd of the season, and they've just been brilliant all season, not just today. They've been fantastic over the course of the campaign, haven't they?
Yeah, I said it a little bit earlier. I said these have dragged myself from the bottom, this fan base that never gave up, never died, back in history and this season. And myself as a manager and my staff and my players felt that, and everything we did was for the best of this football club and for them. And hopefully now, I know it's not gone our way this year, but hopefully they can appreciate everything we tried to do. And look, regardless of what happens next year, they need to come, bring the voice, bring this bit of thing going around, bring the drums, bring the trumpets, like I said the other day, bring the noise, because let's be honest, we've sat in the bottom two all season, and yet we've still been getting one of the highest home records this season, and that's something to this club and this fan base, and don't want them to ever change because they've been fantastic with myself, with the boys, and yeah, we just owe them a massive thank you. And look, again today, coming here and smashing Walsall Wood's record of home crowd is phenomenal, and we're just ashamed. It's a shame we couldn't get them over the line and have a real party tonight, but look, they've been fantastic all year and they can hold their head up high.
Well, commiserations on the outcome of the season. We'll see you at Sixfields on Tuesday.
Thank you.
We're here at Oak Park, now the John Sylvester Stadium in the West Midlands. It finishes Walsall Wood 0, AFC Rushden Diamonds 2. I'm with Diamonds captain Ryan Inman. And Ryan, I would say this was a shallow victory.
You say that and we're gutted, but another result that we've put on the board, I mean, our form since the kind of turn of the year has been ridiculous, and we just didn't quite get over the line. So you say a shallow victory, but I couldn't be prouder of the boys today, Bruce. Couldn't be prouder.
You got off to an excellent start. Ethan Johnston with a goal in only the 3rd minute. How did that goal come about?
We knew we wanted to start quick. I mean, we've worked on these long throws for so long. It was about time that we got one, but it came quick, and I thought maybe we can push on for a few more. Hopefully worry the rugby score as well. So yeah, it was a brilliant start, a really good start.
And shortly after that, Diamonds almost scored again off a corner kick. It just barely missed. That would have put us up 2-0.
Absolutely. And the things that we weren't doing well, where our results weren't great, were corners, throw-ins in both boxes. And since the turn of the year again, the turnaround on that has been unbelievable. And yeah, it showed in the first 10 minutes, getting 2 massive chances and scoring 1.
And Ben Heath came up big all 90 minutes, really, even more so in the 35th minute when Charlie Manners had his penalty kick go off the crossbar, but also almost scored off the rebound, and Ben made a great save again.
I can't talk highly enough about Ben. Since he's come in, he's honestly almost changed our team. He's brilliant in the changing room, a brilliant lad, and honestly, without him, I think we'd be relegated maybe 2-3 weeks ago. So a massive thank you for him, and yeah, brilliant saves as well today.
Well, Ryan, I guess the obvious question at halftime, was the team aware of the rugby score over at Boldmere St Michael's?
We were aware, and I think at 1-0 rugby we still found confidence that we probably could have gone and scored 3 or 4, and I think we had the chances in the second half especially to go and win it, maybe 3-4-0. But with a 3-0 result over there, it would have taken a miracle, and I just don't think we quite had that today.
Ooh, Dylan Wilson had 2 or 3 excellent opportunities to score, and he finally did score in the 91st minute.
Yeah,
so you had to feel happy for Dylan, and that doubled the advantage to 2-0.
Absolutely. I mean, you feel sorry for Dylan because with the misses, he probably felt like that we had a chance of having a better goal difference, but to be honest, with rugby winning 3-0, we didn't have 7 goal scoring opportunities today, so no dig on him. He took his goal really well, and again, he's done brilliant since he's come in.
So exactly, still though one more game to go, the County Cup final over at Sixfields on Tuesday night. We play one of our local rivals, to say the least, Kettering Town the Poppies. It'll be interesting to see what kind of lineup Michael Harriman puts out for that game.
Absolutely, and hopefully we can finish this season on a high note. The lads are absolutely good, but if we can go and beat one of our rivals in a cup, at least it goes into next season with a bit of momentum.
Oh, exactly. But, I mean, all Diamonds players gave 110%, just like you've done the last half of the season.
Yeah, absolutely.
So just final thoughts, even though we get relegated, we did all we could from our point of view.
I want to say a massive thank you to the fans, not just that came out today, but all season. I can say, hand on my heart, these are some of the best fans I've ever felt. They sang the whole way through, almost knowing that we were going down, and genuinely it made me so happy that they still treated us so well, even with what's happened this season. They could have easily turned on us January time. So
it was a rough first half.
Absolutely, a massive thank you to the fans, and then also just want to give a massive shout out to Tom Lorraine on an unbelievable career. So thank you to him, and thank you to the fans.
So our fans even better than High Point University,
absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
Back in the States. Well, thanks, Ryan. We'll look forward to you seeing you one more game Tuesday night.
Absolutely, appreciate it, Liz.
Cheers.
Thank you, guys.
I don't need love.